Welcome to Everlasting Talk. Hello, welcome to Everlasting Talk. I'm your host, Ever. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Biography series. We're talking about Demosthenes. Sorry to say that wrong, but that's the way I say it. Before I continue, make sure to go to my link tree below or any link below I have, and check me out on Instagram, X, YouTube, Spotify, Twitch, Kick. Get your merch on Spring and also on Blogger. Thank you guys so much. Demosthenes was one of the greatest orators in history. From his humble beginnings to his legendary speeches, his mastery of rhetoric and unwavering commitment to democracy led to an inevitable mark on the political landscape of ancient Greece. Demosthenes was born in Athens in 384 BC into a wealthy family. Despite uh, inheriting a sizable fortune, he found numerous challenges in his youth, including a speech impediment and losing his father's estate. So his father and family had money, but eventually his father passed away and they lost their estate. He ended up devoting himself to the study of oratory and politics, embarking a rigorous program of self-improvement, including studying under Orator Isaius. Um, Actually, during the time, he became a formidable speaker over time, especially with practice and everything like that. Demosthenes grew to prominence with his entry into Athenian politics. He stood out as a fierce critic of Philip II of Macedon, whose growing influence was a threat to Greek autonomy. His impassioned speeches rallied against Macedonian expansionism, earning him acclaim as a defender of democracy. The heights of his career was a series of speeches known as the Philisics, delivered between 351 to 341 BC. It inspired generations of politicians and orators to come. Despite his success, he faced many setbacks and often at odds with his fellow statesmen. Following the defeat of Athens in the Battle of Ch- Chami, Chamoy, I can't say that one, in 338 BC, he fell in disfavor and feared for his life, which led him to exile. Because he was so anti like Macedonian that once they had the war with the Macedonians and the Greeks lost, that's why he was put into exile. So in exile, he would like try to live his life to the best, to the fullest, but he would eventually, at the age of 62, on October 12th, 322 BC, Demosthenes took his own life in Cilicia, Greece, rather than face capture by Antipater, who was Alexander's successor. So yeah, pretty much he, like I said, he was in exile, and instead of being caught alive, he decided to unfortunately take his own life because he would definitely be executed by the by Alexander's successor, Antipater. I can't say that name, Antipater. But his death marked an end of an era in Athenian politics, but a legacy as a champion of democracy and free speech. Some of his legacy, like I mentioned a little bit, Demosthenes' defense of democratic ideals and his unwavering commitment to principles of freedom of speech give us an enduring inspiration to all who seek to uphold democratic values. And why should be interested in knowing about him? A little bit of a why. I know there's not a lot about like the meat and potatoes about his life, but why you should know about him is his life is a testament to the importance of political engagement and the pursuit of justice. So yeah, it's very important. He was very important as an orator and as a politician. He was stand up for the rights of his people. Um, you know, anytime he felt there was oppression, or anytime he felt any wrong, he felt he had a right to speak, especially as an Athenian. He had democracy on his side. Obviously, that form of democracy is different than our form of democracy. That form of democracy was more everybody goes to Athens and votes. Unlike us, we have a representative democracy where we elect, air quotes, we select people to run for our counties, our states, our the country, and they represent us in different affairs. But yeah, that's why Demosthenes was important because he had that voice, he had the speeches, he had he didn't care about going against the Macedonians. Obviously, once they started they came after him, unfortunately he took his life in his own hands. But yeah, anything you guys should check out some sources. I recommend Demosthenes' Statement and Orator by Ian Worthington. You can also look at the speeches of Demosthenes, but collections. It's collections of his speeches. Also, The Lives of 10 Orators by Plutarch. You could look at that up. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. And this was a shorter episode than most. But next time we're talking about William Lyon Phelps. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to go to my link below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, X. Check my stuff out on YouTube if you're not on here already. Check me out on get your merch on Spring, Kick, Twitch, and Blogger. Well, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Everlasting Talk. For more content, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Everlasting Talk. Thank you.